Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the Watch This Video for Thursday, August 31st. I better click on the calendar and make sure. Okay, yeah, I had to make sure August had 31 days in it. You get older, you forget that stuff. Anyway, there's a brief synopsis of what I do in case you're seeing my video for the first time. You can pause the video and read that. I'm not going to read it to you this time. A lot of cool stuff happened in chat today in no particular order. I've just got a bunch of windows I want to show. This was a great call over the mic by Wayne. This is actually Wayne's trades in it. He likes to prove that he does what he says he's going to do. The call was through 9. He got filled at 9:03, and you can see him scaling out on the way up. But I think he still has some in after hours. There's the daily. It's only been trading 3 days. Let me go to 5 minutes, 24 hours. It actually went up, went up over 18 in after hours. I think he held some. He's got a certain set of rules where he'll hold some into after hours, not overnight, but into the after hours session. And I think he probably got to sell into upside shape there on his final bit. Anyway, that was a cool trade. Let me get after hours off there and explain his call to you real quick. For those that didn't make it into chat, had a nice pop here, then it halted, then it gapped down and halted. Next thing you know, it's hitting new highs again, right? So it tops out at 928 right there, comes back here, middle of the day, not a good time, breaks 9, and then sort of does this little intraday cup and handle. He called it through 9 right there. Yeah, topped out at 9 there. So anyway, it was what you call a second mouse butt. There's a lot to that, but anyway, that's all I'm going to say here. The call was through 9 and really never looked back. It was a neat little call. Another tidbit from today, just to show this happens all the time. Matt gave an AMC 5s pullback. WNF stands for whole number flush, and that was at 12:15 today. And I always think this is funny when it happens. 12:19, I didn't see his post. I put out the AMC 5s buy zone idea. Just an example that people in the room look for the same ideas. If you don't know what a 5s buy zone is, we've got a free webinar out. Talks about how we play intraday pullbacks on strong stocks. So that was something kind of cool. NAOV, this is something I said to watch NAOV for a pullback today, but I did not give a setup. I just want to be clear. I didn't say, hey, I'm taking this 2's buy zone, but I did trade it. I saw it coming down, didn't have really time to post it, but doesn't mean I'm not going to trade it. So I took the trade. Got filled at 312. It only went down to 310, so I was 2 cents underwater for like half a second. And then, I don't know, 15, 18, 13 minutes later, I don't know why that dot's there. Sorry about that. I sold it at 4. So it was an 88-cent move in like 13 minutes, which on a cost basis of 312, that's a huge percentage gain in a very short period of time. It's kind of proud of that, and it all has to do with watching the right stocks and then knowing how to play a pullback. And then Matt's great call in Carvana today, and I already put out this chart on social media. But there you can see his call on Carvana through 47.50. I pointed out yesterday's high when I took the snapshot of the chart and everything was 47.80. Today's early high was 47.58, and it came down as it curled back up. That's when he put out the idea. 47.50 is a half number inflection point with 2 potential catalysts stacked above. It's a perfect example of stacked catalysts on a stock that's in play and a half number inflection point, and had a nice move from there. So that was a cool call as well. Anyway, so there's just a few highlights from the day. What are we watching for tomorrow? I already got that on. Let me go to daily. Okay, we're all set. This won't be long. Daily. All right, ICCT. A lot of traders watching this thing. It's only been trading for 3 days, but it certainly makes some moves. So I'm a day trader. I'm going to have it on a chart. TIO is what I meant to type there. Big volume, pretty strong close. We'll see if that gives a follow-through setup tomorrow. Remember, guys, I don't hold overnight. So all of these are stocks that may give me a setup tomorrow. Let me pan out. I really like this chart. I got a bad feeling if it does play out the way I think, it's going to play out next week when I'm away from my screens. Right? I'm taking next week. The market's closed Monday, but I'm taking Tuesday through Friday and maybe a couple days the following week off just to get a screen break. I do it every year, and it's always good to get away from the screens. Anyway, I'll put that horizontal line there. This looks really good. You almost have like a, I don't know, 6-month cup and handle, something like that. Maybe more than 6 months. Anyway, it looks pretty good there. Or you may say an inverse head and shoulders. Anyway, this looks like it just wants to rip higher. And it may never do that, which is why I'm a day trader and not an investor. But anyway, I like the looks of the chart. I'm going to have it on watch tomorrow, see if it gives some kind of a setup. VCIG, let me zoom in a little bit now. It's had a big rip back here, another one here, and another one here, came back down. Starting to curl back up. I'm not in love with this, but this one can really get some momentum at times, so I am going to put it on watch. AMC, very big volume today. It was sitting at all-time lows coming into today, so this had a big bounce. And look at it intraday. This was just straight up for like the first 2 or 3 hours, and then finally gave back some. But I definitely want to watch with that kind of volume and upside momentum. That could have a follow-through day tomorrow. VFS, probably my favorite one going into tomorrow because it's such a big mover, and we got 3 days in a row. I was stalking it under 40 today for an intraday trade, but I never got involved. But I like the fact that it came down pretty darn close, if not right to the middle of that zone between the 8 and the 20. If you kind of put the horizontal line there, it came right down about to the middle. So I thought it might bounce intraday, and it did. And right now in after hours, it's trading a little bit higher, 42.66. You guys know me. You know I would love a gap down and then look for a gap down bounce play setup. But either way, I am going to watch this for a potential turn back up tomorrow. GNS, recently strong, recently in play stock, but now you got a couple red days back down into that area I talked about between the 8 and the 20, so that goes back on bounce watch. NC has only been trading for 3 days and hasn't put in anything resembling a green candle yet. I'm just putting it on bounce watch. I like to, sometimes you can get a decent trade from recent new issues. APRN, I've been talking about this chart. I like the pop back here. I'll put the horizontal line at those highs. And from there, you kind of have that cup and handle forming. A lot of shorts in this name, so it is coiled, but it feels like nobody's watching. Again, this is another one probably rip when I'm on when I'm away from the screens, right? APRN. I like the looks of the chart though. MSOS. It's not very often I put an ETF on the watch list, but MSOS is a pot ETF, and I am going to watch it tomorrow. A big pop today. They're trying to, I think, downgrade. I don't know what the right terminology is, but trying to downgrade pot to a less whatever drug, right? And so that got a big pop in anything pot related today. Certainly could have and this one, for an ETF, this one can really move. So that's why I picked it instead of a Tilray or a individual stock name. Anyway, you can watch those too. OKTA, potential gapper tomorrow. As I'm talking right now, there's the daily 73.57 close. It's trading at 81.02 right now. So potential gapper tomorrow. We'll see if it gives a setup. And then ALLR, another gapper. Right now it's trading at 219. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, I'll zoom in a lot. It's trading up at 219, which is right about where the horizontal line is. They had after hours news. So we'll see if that's still gapping in the morning. It will also go on the gap playlist, as will any gappers that we find together in the pre-market. Guys, I'm done babbling. I've talked long enough. See you in chat.